Hi there, good afternoon. I recently did a video about Geiger's Alien, and I referenced Francis Bacon, so I thought, you know what, I might as well show this book. I used to have this habit of putting the sticker tag on the inside back cover. This one says 1500 yen, which is about, what is it in current American dollars, about $8. Um, Francis Bacon is someone who I was interested in, partly because, as I mentioned in my last video, I was kind of interested because I liked aliens, and there were some similarities between the darkness of his work and the darkness of that movie. I also have to say he has one of the best heads for an artist. I mean, such a distinct head, right? I did go see an exhibition of his in Tokyo, and can't say I was really that excited by it. I don't know. I think I was just going through a period in my life where I had seen a number of exhibitions, and the works in themselves were okay. There weren't that many, and I think at that stage of my life also I was kind of thinking like everything's available online. I might as well just look at them online. There's less people here online. I can see the works. I mean, obviously there's a bit of a stupid mentality, but quite frankly, I just wasn't in the mood that day, and there weren't that many, and it was very crowded, and I think the selection weren't the best. So actually, after that exhibition, I didn't go back to an art gallery for maybe 5 or 6 or 7 years. Um, I do love his color work, the reds or oranges, these kind of, what do you say, like screaming people. Um, I mean, they look really demonic. Looks like it's like the same realm of like Hellraiser or something by Clive Barker, which is another movie that I watched when I was young. So incredibly mysterious paintings. Amazing that these became popular. Not, I'm not amazed by. I'm just amazed that something so dark could be so well respected. I mean, this is the head of, wasn't it an archbishop or something? I mean, study for a portrait, man in a blue box. Yeah, I think I saw pictures like this in an art gallery, and I was just scratching my head, thinking like, how many paintings of screaming people can I possibly see? Study for crouching nude. Study of a figure in a landscape. I don't know. I mean, Francis Bacon may be somebody who I like the concept of more than I like all of his combined work. I mean, I love a few of his paintings. This one is pretty haunting, but I don't know if I can truly say that, you know, I love multiple paintings by him. I mean, what do you think about these works? Study for a portrait of Van Gogh. I don't know. This is where I get confused with, is this modern art? I get confused with art sometimes. I mean, the use of color. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't get it, guys. I don't know. Sleeping figure. Okay, I feel some emotion in a painting like this. I think he's captured a mood quite well. Um, the colors are interesting. I mean, I wonder if David Lynch perhaps likes him. I mean, that wouldn't be surprising, would it? So much of David Lynch's work is you know is is set in a room with red curtains, or there are so many shots in his work of like faces moving or twitching. Portrait of Elizabeth Rawsthorne. If I remember correctly, the description at the museum said that he was capturing a portrait of somebody moving their face in different directions. This is where art gets very intellectual, and you say, oh, I can understand she's moving her head to the left, to the right, and he's captured that. I don't know, guys. I mean, I don't know. I think it's okay to like an artist, but to not potentially like all their work. And this is one of the things about book collecting. Sometimes you buy a book when you're young, you have it for a few years, or maybe in this case for 20 years. You open it up, you know, you bought it when you're in your mid-20s, now you're in your mid-40s, you open up the book and you realize maybe somebody's going to enjoy this book more than me. I didn't intend to put this for sale, but as I flip through this book, I'm coming to the realization that, I don't know, maybe I'm just not going to be looking at this book again. God, maybe today's not a good day to be filming videos. I think I'm exhausted from yesterday's tidy up. So I'm kind of losing my patience. Okay. I do like this one. This is a self-portrait. Again, in moderation, I like some of his work. And one thing I mentioned when I do talk about selling books, I mean, as you can imagine, every dollar or every yen counts. I have kids that I need to put through education, so sometimes I'm just balancing out, like, you know, do I really need this book, and will the money help to pay for education? So when I do get rid of books that have been sitting there for 20 years, if I didn't have expenses, maybe I'd keep them forever and I'd just get more shelves. But that's not the case. So sometimes I think it's healthy to move the stocks. You know what I mean? Like get rid of books that you don't kind of feel attachments to anymore. Hopefully I've done a decent job at describing my my rationale in appreciating artists' works. I definitely see David Lynch in this. There was a great movie. I did watch a movie about Francis Bacon recently. It was starring the James Bond guy with blonde hair. You would know his name if you Google. I'll put in a link, but if you Google the James Bond guy and Francis Bacon, you'll find the movie. It's an old British one. I think it must be maybe also about 20 years old. It was a good film. I do love this picture. This is a really great picture. It's a great movie. Very, very dark, and good acting. Kind of went through Francis Bacon's a period of his life. I'll put a link to it after this. Anyway, this is going to be the last book I flipped through today. Next time I'll do it with more energy. Have a great day.